Yes. I like Reddit.
Yeah,
I want to get into a discussion about Reddit in a second, but like specifically with Clubhouse, I knew it was going to bomb because what is the purpose for the average person, the casual, to go on there? Like the coolest person on your platform can't be Eric Weinstein. It just can't be. You can't, that's not he can be on it, he can be a part of it, but he can't be the guy that you go to and you're like, that's who I need to hear every single day.
Yeah, I think it's much more of like I don't think it makes sense for someone in your position that's already monetizing content. I think it's much more like Eventbrite than it is like a podcasting, a Spotify, a YouTube type platform.
Yeah.
It's like in my line of work as sort of a architect and designer, I used to go to a lot of design conferences. And you basically go to hear some thoughts of like industry leaders. It's not a big enough industry to be televised. And sort of pre-internet, it's like, where else do you get these kind of like thought leaders in this thing that's really important to me, but not broadly appealing to a mainstream audience? And you have conferences. And there's conferences for engineering, medicine, all this kind of stuff. Let
me take back what I was saying. What they did is they, what is it called when a company creates an evaluation? They created an evaluation for the company that was far too high.
Yeah.
And
like WeWork.
Like WeWork, right?
Yeah.
So they WeWork themselves. If Clubhouse was just like this young, cool thing and let itself evolve into basically a conference app. Hey, here's going to be a conference about architecture. Here's a conference about design. Here's a conference about UFOs. Here's a conference about math, etc. You know, I liked what Tim Dillon was doing on there.
Yeah.
Right? He would have like sarcastic conversation. Can women own Bitcoin? Like, that'd be great. Awesome. Funny. You're satirizing what everybody else is really talking about it. Great idea. If they did that, they literally came out and said, this is replacing Instagram. This is replacing Twitter. This is replacing Facebook. This is the new thing. Everything else will get shut down. This is the only way you make money. And when you do that, you set yourself up for failure because you don't even know the identity of the app yet.
Right.
Like, I looked at it for a second. I was like, hot chicks can't be on here and they can't show off and they're not going to talk. It's not going to work.
The technology is kind of impressive, although it's not their technology. They use sort of a standard off-the-shelf piece of tech, from what I understand, that kind of mixes the voices and stuff. It works really well. I think the thing that they hit on is the same thing that you've realized for a long time with podcasts, is that there's a lot more available inventory of partial attention than there is full attention. Like, how much
Break that down.
Okay. I don't watch that many shows, but I listen to a lot of audio content because I have a lot of time where I'm working out or driving or building something or so you have a lot more passive time than you do like active attention time.
When I was doing MTV shows, I called them laundry day shows.
Right.
MTV didn't like that, but I knew what the people were doing when they were watching Guy Code. They wanted to show that they could pop in at any time in the episode. It could be 12 minutes in. It could be 6 minutes in. It could be 23 minutes in. And they would be fine, right? Because there was no beginning. There was no middle. There was no end. And they could fold their laundry, pop in for a joke, come back out, continue folding their laundry. Everything was fine. Game of Thrones, we are locked in.
Right.
You and I can handle one of those or two of those.
Right. You can't watch 4 hours of that in a day. I mean, if you're...
You do, but then that's it.
Right.
You can't do 4 of those shows a week where you're just locked in. Impossible.
Right. So there's a lot more of this kind of snacking partial attention time than that.
Yes.
So I think that's what's really interested in. And then the ability to sort of connect it with live. Like, I think the future of Clubhouse, one, everyone else is creating a competitor for it. So the question is whether it can be its own platform or just a feature in every platform, this kind of shared audio experience.
Yeah.
But I think it's a really great idea for like kind of like UFC Fight Companion, kind of Super Bowl parties and stuff like that, where you can create a custom one with your friends across the country and like all be on like one sort of audio channel. Like, and it's pretty seamlessly and pretty easy to use. That's
what I thought it could be used as. Like, you know how like Twitch, there are people who will stream something and then react to it while it's being streamed. And I was like, okay, if they can do this for a UFC fight, and then like what Joe did with the Fight Companion, now you have a platform where you can at least listen to your favorite commentators or even your favorite fighters talk about the fight as it's going on while you're watching it at home.
Right.
I thought that was great if they could integrate that in any way. Even if they don't integrate it, even if they get the timing synced where it's happening live, I'd be like, you're good. That'll be great with sports. And then eventually these sports channels will offer deals to those people that have really popular Clubhouse channels and yada, yada, yada. It doesn't matter. That could be what it is. But in its current form, I was like, no, this can't be it, dude.
Yeah, and the evangelizing you saw for it is I saw a lot of people that hadn't really built up big audiences on other channels, and they go over to Clubhouse and they're early adopters, and they suddenly get 100,000 followers in 1 week, and then of course they're incentivized
to say this is the truth.
This is the best thing ever because I kind of got a little bit of a lead on here.
And it must be a good app because they're recognizing how great I am.
Yeah, well, I mean,
the other apps
they have great taste.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like
I'm appreciated here. This is awesome.
Yeah, like comedians start like posting on TikTok, and then like they get these huge followings on TikTok, and the videos do crazy numbers, and then they're like, "This is the app. This is the truth," etc. It's like, well, is TikTok getting people to the show?
Yeah.
Are those numbers real?
Yeah. Well, I went on TikTok and I did like one video, and it did big numbers. I'm like, oh, TikTok's pretty cool. Then I did 5 more videos, and they got shit. I was like, stupid fucking platform.
And you know what that is.
Yeah.
You get the initial bump. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They see it's your first time. They want to get you addicted.
Well, they've learned from everyone else.
Yes.
And so they kind of know that, if we distribute virality kind of randomly and maybe kind of pump up the numbers, we'll encourage people and they'll keep chasing. It feels good when you do something that wasn't hard and it gets seen by hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people.
Add the wasn't hard part is so important.
Yeah. And then it's like, if that happens once early in the first month of using it, you're going to kind of like come back and go, maybe I'll try that.
Yeah. That's the weird thing about like our business though, is that we need the numbers to equate to something else.
Yeah.
Like we need, for example, if there's advertising being sold on those numbers on TikTok and then you're seeing a paycheck based on that, you're like, I don't care if you fake it or not. You're going to have to pay me.
Yeah.
And like for me, it's like if people are coming out of the shows because of TikTok, I'm like, great, whatever those numbers are, awesome. But if you give me $1 million and then we don't sell any tickets off it, that's a 0 for me.
And by the way, thank God we protected our national security and got rid of TikTok.
Yeah.
We sure showed them.
I'm down to get rid of it still.
I know, because we don't use it.
Exactly. You try to get rid of Instagram.
We kind of look at
mutiny.
We look at
the Capitol.
Turn your phone.
If you get rid of YouTube or Instagram, we got a fucking problem.
Yes, we're also very self-serving in that way.
100%.
But it's like, I don't really use that one. It seems like younger people are doing it. It could be an eventual existential threat to my media career.
Oh, that's what.
Oh yeah, let's ban it.
That's what you said. I was just like, this is for pedophiles. Why would you let a pedophile laugh?
Same thing.